Deals. And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Taproom Sports Podcast. I am your host, Jordan. Stacks on stacks. Last join with my guy, Mr. Swerving Irving, Washington. What's up, brother?
Chilling. Feeling better.
Chilling. Nice.
Nice day of sports. Hockey's back. Some Tuesday night college football that was pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
Hopefully, is we gonna get that for the rest of the year?
Yeah, there's 50 straight days of college football starting last Wednesday. So you're basically going to get football every single day until middle of November-ish. Now we basically get it again right after for bowl season, too, for a couple weeks. So
Yeah, and then we get the AF. They're gonna get the XFL and the USFL merger.
yeah, that's after the Super Bowl. But yeah, man, college football games were pretty entertaining. That Coastal game was just a fucking shit show at the end, dude. Like, what the fuck was that? Coastal goes for it on 4th down. They don't get it. Very next play, Appalachian State goes 69 yards, but he fumbles it. Coastal recovers it.
That was terrible.
I was like, dude, what is going on here? But man, it was very entertaining game for sure. The other Middle Tennessee was kind of entertaining. Jacksonville State game, man, we always say if you have 3 quarterbacks, you don't have one. That's Jacksonville State, bro.
That's pretty bad.
But yeah, man, it was a good day of football. Baseball could have been better, man. 2 blowouts, and Orioles are out of the playoffs, and that's sad. And Twins are 1 game away from elimination, although I do think they win tomorrow and force a Game 5, which will be interesting.
That'll be nice, yeah.
But we're gonna talk about that. But first, I do want to bring up the Orioles because it is a frustrating way to end the season after winning 101 games and winning the AL East when they weren't projected to, and they get into the playoffs and game 1, like, they had their opportunities to win the game, and then Gunnar Henderson gets thrown out at second to end the game. Kind of like feel like it just deflate the locker room after when you're hearing them talk and stuff, man, and then they get, mollywopped in game 2. I know they kind of came back at the end, but I mean, the game was really never close.
Yeah.
And then tonight they get blown out again, man. So, it's a young team, but what's your thoughts on the Orioles and the Rangers series?
That time off, the lack of playoff experience, and it's not like the Rangers. The Rangers just got clutch hits, man. And their pitching was been mid all second half, is starting to step up and pitch a lot better in the postseason. Shout out to that bullpen, though, because that bullpen was getting their asses rocked.
Yep.
And now they came from being rock solid. So that's a good sign for them. It's looking like the Texas Rangers are going to have a lot to say on who's representing the AL in the World Series. And Corey Seager, man, that dude just goes to a totally different level in the playoffs. Like, he's a damn good shortstop, but in the postseason, he just turns into fucking what's so over that overrated motherfucking name that wore number 2?
Derek Jeter.
Yeah, he turns into Derek Jeter on steroids during the postseason. Shout out to them trash ass skankies. But yeah, I think the Orioles got a bright future. They just got to get healthy. Missing Felix was big because even if they did take a lead into those later innings, they didn't have him, which they converted Tyler Wells, who's a starter, to a closer role, which honestly, he should stay in the bullpen because his stuff is made to be an elite bullpen, elite high leverage guy. So I think that'll be a
Yep.
bright spot in the future. But man, the Orioles are loaded, man. They're gonna have a say in this division for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yep.
And if Westberg and that other prospect they got in the minors, if those two pan out, sky's the limit because they got club control of all their main guys. I would like them to go out and sign another veteran outfielder.
Yep.
They can't keep trying out Aaron Hicks because if they have an injury, they should be trying out somebody a lot better than Aaron Hicks.
Nah, Hicks is definitely gone.
Yeah, so they need some minor tweaking. They just got to stay healthy because they added what they needed to add. They got the bullpen. They got Fujiyama. I'm pretty sure he's coming back.
Yep.
The Rays are going to be good, man. And just like you said, it was inexperience, and that plus that time off, it just killed them.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rangers are not super duper experienced when it comes to the postseason, but they just had a little more, and it was hot coming into the postseason. So that, if you're a hot team, it helps you out. Look at the Diamondbacks.
Yep. Well, that's the thing with the Diamondbacks too. It's funny. Irv is like they were dog shit the last week of the season, dude, and then they like fucking just turned it up in the playoffs all of a sudden, and
yeah,
they mollywopped the Brewers, and then now they're fucking beating the shit out of the fucking Dodgers.
So playoffs is all about catching that groove and riding that groove to the end. But I like what the Orioles built. They are lacking an ace starter, but they have guys with potential to be a number one. But honestly, man, Kyle Gibson is an ace.
Kyle Bradish.
And Kyle Bradish is an ace. He's just got to stay healthy and can be consistent. Honestly, I just want John Means to get healthy. Grayson Rodriguez should start coming into his own. They got a top 2-3 bullpen that we really want to split hairs at worst. There's no way that bullpen is less than top 1, 2, or 3 in the year. So, and they just got to get timely hits and get a little bit more depth because you can't be shouting out the Aaron Hicks of the world. And yeah, Adam Frazier, he had a good year. Hopefully, he could keep building on that year. Cedric Mullins, he's good. I would like to see them go out and get a shortstop because Mateo, man, he's just not it.
Well, Jackson Holliday he'll be the shortstop next year.
Okay, cool. So I just think
it's funny you say Jorge Mateo because honestly, he was the best player for them in the Rangers series.
Yeah, but I know, but is that really gonna last?
No, it's not. But I mean, like that's the thing with the inexperience, dude, and like. They do have depth. The problem with their depth is it's more inexperience. Heston Kjerstad is in there, and Colton Cowser and like guys that have never been in the playoffs. And like we knew this was going to be an issue, right? When you throw Kyle Bradish and Grayson Rodriguez game 1 and 2, two guys that have never pitched in the postseason, two guys that have surpassed their career innings already. Like I knew it was going to be tough sledding regardless, but those guys now got their feet wet, right? And the Adleys got their feet wet. Gunnar got his feet wet. Like, these guys know, and they got their feet wet in a division race, right? So, like, they're accustomed to playing playoff baseball for longer than a playoff. So, I'm excited for them in the future. I definitely think they have a bright future. But, yeah, like, they definitely, if I was them, I would go out and I would call the White Sox and see if the White Sox are, interested in trading Dylan Cease and not a outrageous package like they asked at the trade deadline for Jackson Holliday. Like that's not going to happen. But maybe now that the White Sox are interested in kind of blowing up their team, and maybe they are interested in moving Dylan Cease as he gets closer to, free agency. So that's something that I would kind of navigate if I'm Mike Elias. And if you can't get him, you got to look at signing a top 3 level starter. Because John Means, he came back from Tommy John. I mean, he looked all right. He's like a good 3 or 4 starter. Dean Kramer, though, like, as much as I love Mean Dean, like, at best, he's like a 4 or 5 starter. He's like an inning eater at the back of your rotation. Like, he shouldn't be starting a playoff game, right? So I think they got to go out and they got to make a move for a starting pitcher. They have to make a decision on Austin Hayes. Like, if you're going to bring either you got to figure out what you're going to do with Colton Cowser or Kjerstad, or you got to look at trading those guys and upgrade another position because, at some point, these guys, you're going to have to give up these guys in a Rule 5 draft because you can't control everybody under your 40-man roster. So that's something they got to look at in this offseason too. But I definitely expect either Kjerstad or Colton Cowser. One of those guys is getting traded. I also expect Ryan Mountcastle to maybe get moved. I think Kobe Mayo's down in AAA. He had a stellar fucking year. I think it's time to call him up. because Mountcastle is just not clutch, dude.
He's not, and then the other kid got light tower power, and he got gold glove potential at first base. So there's only so long you can keep him in the minors for Mountcastle. Mountcastle, and plus on top of that, Mountcastle can't stay healthy.
Yep. He's just hella inconsistent, dude. Like he'll go like over a 2-week stretch and he'll look like fucking Mark McGuire, and then he'll go on like a month stretch where he like can't get a fucking hit. He goes like 1 for 60. I mean, that's just, you can't have that, bro. And yeah, they definitely got to make some moves, but bright future, like you said, very very bright future.
Yeah, and him and the Rays. If the Rays can stay healthy, and I don't know, the Rays got to add a little bit more hitting too, because they hit him bottomed out the second half like we thought it would. It didn't go back to where it was the year before last. But the Rays, if they could add some hitting, because they got the pitching, they just got to stay healthy, and they had some freak ass injuries this year. But
yeah, that's the thing too, though. They're not going to get Jeffrey Springs or Rasmussen back next year. Probably they're both probably out next year.
Damn.
So
yeah, that's gonna be tough. But I think if they could handle it, I think that'd be all right. Another team, I think the Yankees. and the Red Sox, they have some. Well, the Red Sox have more young talent than the Yankees.
Yeah.
But the Yankees gonna probably go out and spend big and try to, buy a championship, which I don't think is gonna work. But just shout out to them. I think they're gonna be dog shit for the next couple of years. The only bright spot on that team is Garrett Cole and Aaron Judge.
Yeah, I definitely think the biggest weakness for the Red Sox is they got to figure out their starting. They got to figure out their pitching, dude. Because that kind of hurt them. To be honest, their bullpen actually played well for most of the year, but yeah, they definitely got to get some pitching. But man, they got a lot of good young talent in that organization coming up. So they are not as much as the Orioles, but they still. And then obviously, and then the Blue Jays, dude. Like, who knows what the fuck's gonna happen with them, bro? They might fucking blow that whole thing up.
They might.
I mean, they should. That's the only thing is like I don't think they have like any guys that anybody really wants other than Vlad and Bo Bichette, and I don't think they're willing to trade those two. So it's like I don't know what you do in that situation. Like, just continue to fucking put average dudes around them. I don't know. That's why I don't get paid the big bucks to run the Blue Jays.
Trying out Brandon Belt is not going to get you nowhere.
Nope. Or basically most of those guys, Kevin Kiermaier, dude. Like, what are we doing here, bro? And they traded. The worst part is they traded Dalton Varsho for fucking Gabriel Moreno, and Moreno actually ended up being really fucking good, and then Varsho was like no-showed basically all year. It's unfortunate. Damn. Let's look at some of these games for tomorrow, though. Let's start with the Dodgers and Diamondbacks. The Braves, for some reason, haven't listed a starter yet, so I don't know what the fuck's going on with them. But the Dodgers and Diamondbacks, we got Lance Lynn on the mound going against Brandon Pfaadt. Obviously, it's a must-win.
Turkey talk.
Yeah, must-win game. Dodgers are laying $1.44 now. The total is 9.5. Diamondbacks coming the other way plus $1.22. What's your thoughts on this game?
Are we gonna get Lance Lynn that could go 5 or 6 and give up 1 run or 2 runs, or are we gonna get Lance Lynn that goes 3 or 4 innings and gives up 6 or 7? So, and if he does give up early runs, which the Dodgers haven't proved they can come back from this series, that's gonna be the big key, honestly. Dodgers is a must win. They're gonna have. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more Diamondbacks fans, but there's gonna be a good amount of Dodger fans there too.
Yeah.
So the road atmosphere might not hurt them as bad. It won't be like a home game like Dodger Stadium, but they're definitely gonna be. There's gonna be a lot of blue in those stands, so that could help. But they got to get off to an early. If they don't get off to an early good start and take an early lead, then it is. I think it's gonna be curtains.
Yeah, they got to. They gotta get some runs in the first inning, man. And the shocking thing in this series, bro, is like, when you look at the Dodgers and you tell me like, what's his name, Jason Hayward, like he's struggling. Okay, I get it. But when you tell me that Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts have combined for 1 hit, I'm like, dude, like,
it reminds me of the series last year against the fucking Padres. Yep. Neither one of them could buy a fucking hit.
Same with Trey Turner. He struggled in that series too. But yeah, man, like they got to be better, bro. Like you have to. The playoffs is when you're like stars have to show up. And like you talked about Brandon Seager, right? Seager has stepped up. He's played well. Like, these guys need to do that. They have to step up and they have to play well. Like, you get paid for these moments, dude. And it doesn't matter what you do in the regular season, especially when you play for the Dodgers or when you play for the Yankees. Like, what matters is what you do in the postseason. And these dudes haven't been able to do shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's always what they're going to be judged and based off of, which is rightfully so because you play in a major market. You're the two highest, well, I don't know. They are the two highest paid players on the team because Kershaw took a little less this year. And honestly, I think it's time for Kershaw. Probably come back for one more year to try to get a championship, but I think it's time for him to start winding it down. The postseason is going to be a black eye on his career because other than that, dude's a surefire. Should be a unanimous Hall of Famer, but you know the baseball writers of America are fucking trash. So I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't. He's gonna be first ballot, but it's probably gonna be like 95, 96%. Um, but yeah, I think this year a lot of people might not see it that way, but low key the Dodgers overachieved this year. Nobody saw this team being this good.
Yeah, no, their win total was only like 90 games, and they were projected to finish second in the division based pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, you have a lot of haters out there. Oh, it's another postseason choke. Da, 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 da. I get it. You could categorize it as that, but if you really watch this team and really want to throw that out there, then we probably should start watching a lot more baseball because the injuries. Julio Urias doing the dumb shit he did when he just started pitching like a Cy Young candidate that he was. It's a lot. This year was a lot. It was very regular. It was like a transition year, like I thought it would be. So, but I think the Dodgers gonna be straight. Free agency. Hopefully, we can land Blake Snell and Shohei. That'll be my dream. But if we can get Shohei and Lux back healthy, Bueller walking to him, Bueller. Our season's not over yet, but the future is looking pretty bright.
Yeah, I agree. I'm interested to see how this game plays out tomorrow because obviously Brandon Pfaadt got kind of lit up by the Brewers in his last start, and then Lance Lynn, you know, you never know what you're going to get from him, and the way the Diamondbacks are swinging the bats, you know, I would expect them to put up some runs. So, like, how short is the leash with Lance Lynn? You know what I mean? Is this like kind of game where, like, you know, he walks a couple of batters in the first inning or gives up a couple of hits and it's, you know, right to the bullpen? Because I think that's kind of how you have to manage it if you're Dave Roberts. You know what I mean? Like, this has to be it's a must-win game, dude. You can't. There's no tomorrow, dude. So it's all hands on deck. So I think you kind of got to be managed like that. Maybe throw Lance Lynn for a couple innings and then Pepio behind him. They gotta do something. But at the end of the day, man, if they don't get any fucking run support, if those bats don't fucking wake up, it's not even gonna fucking matter, dude. So
because the Diamondbacks scored 3 runs in the first inning and won the game 4-2. We had the bases loaded, 1 out.
Twice.
Okay, yeah, twice. We had the second and third, 1 out. Like, we gotta find a way to get runs across the board. If we can't do that, you're not gonna win postseason games.
Yeah, that at bat by Outman when the base is loaded, 1 out, dude.
That was terrible. He swung at ball 3, and then he swung at ball 4.
Bro, dude, the guy didn't even throw him a single strike the entire at bat. Not one pitch went in the zone, dude. And he struck out. That's a bad AB, but I mean, he's young, you know what I mean? That's another guy that doesn't have a ton of playoff experience, so we'll see how it plays out. I lean Dodgers tomorrow. I mean, they got to get a game, dude. They're not going to get swept. I lean Dodgers. All right, let's talk about the next game. We got the Astros and the Twins. Twins are at home. They're going to be throwing Joe Ryan, I believe. Yes, Joe Ryan against Jose Urquidy. I'm pretty sure Urquidy is just an opener. I don't think he's going to go more than 1 or 2 innings, so probably expect someone to come behind him like JP France or Hunter Brown. Currently, the Twins are laying $1.26 must-win game money line for the Astros plus $1.08, and the total is 8.5 juice to the under. What's your thoughts on this one?
Twins got to get back up against the wall. Honestly, they should have won today. They had a bunch of traffic on the bases and couldn't just get, like I said, they couldn't get hits. Um, Javier wasn't bad, but when you walk 5 or 6 guys, the opposing team gotta find a way to get ahead of that and get some runs across the board because Joe Ryan wasn't. I mean, uh, Sonny Gray wasn't Sonny Gray today, but he didn't have his best stuff, but he pitched well enough to keep him in the game, and they should have won the game, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, dude, there was at bats like, Royce Lewis in the first inning, runners on second and third, only 1 out. Royce Lewis swings at 3 fucking balls, dude. Like,
In a row.
he went up there fucking swinging, dude, like just hacking and
He had a Kobe Bellinger at bat.
Yep. And you can't do that, bro. You just in the playoffs you can't do that. And then they kind of did that up and down the lineup, man. Like, dude, Javier had 5 walks, bro. He should have had like 9 or 10. Like, it wasn't that good. And every time he would walk 2 or 3 guys.
Ray had some terrible at bats too, and every time he came up, he had runners in scoring position.
Yep. It was just a terrible game for the Twins, but I expect them to bounce back tomorrow. I like the Twins to even out the series. Joe Ryan, he does give up a lot of dingers. That does concern me. And on top of that, the Astros hit way better on the road than they do at home. So that is also of a little bit of concern. But, I do expect the Twins to get after Urquidy and to be honest, like they've kind of got after the bullpen a little bit all series too. Today was a little bit different, but they just left a lot of runners stranded.
I'll be all right.
And then Urquidy also he's actually way better against lefties than he is righties, surprisingly. But man, Urquidy sucks, bro. Dude hasn't been good all year. He did his last start against Arizona was good. He went 6 innings, gave up no earnings, only 2 strikeouts. But I mean, the guy has a 5.29 ERA, a 5.45 xFIP, a 5.24 Sierra. Like, this dude hasn't been good at all. Like, he has one good start.
Yeah, Twins got to take major advantage of this dude.
Yeah, and the Twins, honestly, dude, they let it slip through their hands because, like, bro, you go up, you even out the series, game 2, and then you got Sonny Gray versus Javier, and you, like, let it slip out of your hands, bro.
Yeah.
You let it slip out of your fucking hands, and it's unfortunate, but they got to get it done tomorrow, man. It's a must-win fucking game. I do like the Twins. I will probably be playing the Twins tomorrow. I do think they get it done.
Shout out to the Dallas Mavericks. They lost to Real Madrid today.
Yeah, but they didn't really play any starters, dude.
I know. I'm just being.
It is funny though. It's not like last year when the Suns lost to the Adelaide Sixers or whatever they're called in the Australian league, and like the Suns actually played like their players, dude. That shit was funny, bro.
Yeah, shout out to the Zealand Breakers. They hung with the Trailblazers for like a half. Did the second half, they just got their ass right off the floor.
That's all bad, bro. Oh shit. Holy herb. What's your thoughts about the Phillies Braves series? It's hard to talk about the series tomorrow because we don't have a starter listed for the Braves. So
yeah, I don't know, man. Honestly, the Phillies let it get away from them, man. They should be up 2-0. They should be going for the sweep tomorrow. Well, later. Well, yeah, still tomorrow. It's 10. But they got to win this game. If they lose this game, man, I don't think they win another game. But they throwing Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler should have a clutch performance. The Braves, like you said, the pitching concerns me. Honestly, I gotta ride with the Phillies.
Yeah, I do think the Phillies bounce back. I mean, they dominated the series. The Braves had 5 runs on 4 hits, bro. And
4 hits.
The one to Matt Olson, like, I'm telling you right now, 99 times out of 100, he doesn't throw that pitch. Like, if he were to do that 100 times, right? Like, I still don't know why he threw that slider after he couldn't even catch up to a fastball twice. But that's the thing is, like, that's not gonna happen again, bro. Like, they've seen it; it's not gonna happen again. So, like, I don't really trust the Braves, dude. Like, I don't trust their pitching. I don't trust their starting pitching. I don't trust their bullpen.
Yeah, you can't go out. You're not gonna go out in the postseason and score 8 or 9 runs a game. So
yeah, and like, to be honest, like Iglesias almost blew it right after they took the lead. You know, took a fucking crazy ass catch and a terrible base running mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Phillies, man, honestly, I don't agree much with Derek Jeter outside of his Dayton Diamond and his pride. He does know the game of baseball. I'll give him that. He is a Hall of Famer. He called it. He said it to don't be surprised if the Phillies win this series. And it's besides that 2-run home run that gave the Braves the lead, outside of that, the Phillies have dominated this series. So don't be surprised if they win.
Yep, I agree. All right, let's move on to Thursday night football. We got the Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs. There is supposed to be like 17-mile-an-hour winds in this game, by the way. The Broncos are 10.5-point dogs. The total's 47.5. The Chiefs have won, what is it, like 12 in a row against the Broncos, or 10 in a row?
14 in a row.
14, Jesus Christ. 14 in a row against the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, we haven't beat the Chiefs since, 2015, I think? Something like that.
That's crazy. What's your thoughts on this game?
Don't be surprised if it's close, because our games tend to be close with them, but I think they find a way to beat us because we just don't have a good defense right now, man. Like, the offense can put up points. Then if the offense make a mistake or a turnover, and it's a wrap because the defenses can't respond. Not saying the defense has to respond every time the offense turn the ball over. It's just you only can play defense for a half. And I don't know if it's going to be the first half or the second half. But for the most part, it's been the first half. To the second half, we can't stop a damn nosebleed. The Jets ain't scored 2 touchdowns all year in the second half. You know how many they scored in the second half against Denver?
3 or 4? Yeah.
They scored 3.
Yeah.
2 of them in the fourth quarter. So until we get right on the defensive end, I don't think we're going to be that much of a contender, honestly. We probably can keep games close. Russ is playing better. Well, no quarterback is going to look great against the Jets defense because they're just that damn good. But until we find a way to play consistent defense and the offense can finish drives, I would like to see them finish drives better than what they're doing. We've been kicking a lot of field goals this year, so kicking field goals will get you beat. So hopefully we can start converting some of them field goal drives into touchdown drives. I'll feel better about that too. So
it's actually,
yeah, honestly,
it's kind of crazy because like you look at the Broncos like statistically and like, dude, they're 5th in yards per play. They're 30th in rush attempts because they're playing behind a lot, right? But
yeah,
I mean, they're not a bad.
the
Yeah, but they're rushing the ball 5 yards a carry.
mm-hmm.
So I mean, like they do have that going for them. And then like on the flip side, Kansas City's offense has been kind of like mid, to be honest. 5.8 yards per play. That's 10th in the league. The only thing is like the Broncos defense is just atrocious, allowing 7.2 yards per play, 187 rush yards a game. They're giving up 263 pass yards a game, completion percentage of 77.3% against. But I do think that the weather, it is going to be windy in this game, and I do kind of think that kind of benefits the Broncos here because it might, although the Chiefs' offense hasn't been like great, it kind of might help the Broncos' defense if it's windy because you can't just fucking sling the ball over. Also, another surprising statistic that I found, the Kansas City Chiefs, their longest pass play of the year, Irv, is 33 yards, which happened against the Vikings, and it was basically like a pass where Mahomes just like threw it up, dude. Threw it up for grabs. So
Yeah, you can tell that they are definitely missing their Vietnamese play calling.
yeah, it's been quite an interesting ride, and we also don't know what's up with Travis Kelce, bro.
Yeah, he practiced today though, so he's on track to play. I don't know if he's gonna be anywhere near 100%, but they saying he's definitely gonna. He's on track to start against Denver.
Will Taylor Swift be in attendance?
I don't know. We might have to wheel her out. Then they had to reel her out in a vending machine or some shit.
A popcorn machine.
Yeah, popcorn machine. Yeah, I don't ever want to be that famous.
Nah, never. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. I honestly do think that the Broncos cover. I think they cover the 10.5. Chiefs have been pretty bad against pretty bad covering 10.5-point spreads the last few, or double-digit spreads the last few years, and getting 10.5 points for a in the NFL that's a lot, dude. When's the Broncos bye week?
And plus, we covered the last 2 or 3 games against them.
Yeah, and the Broncos haven't covered a game this year, so I mean they're due to cover a game, bro. Can't go 6 weeks without covering a game. That's crazy. That's insane. But yeah, I do like Denver plus a 10.5. I'll probably bet it. Probably get there with it. All right.
Let's go, y'all.
Let's get some best bets for tomorrow. What do you like?
Best bets for tomorrow. I've got, give me the Phillies money line. I think they bounce back. They let one slip away. I think they won game 3 at home. And tomorrow, shout out to Hockey's back. I got the over for the Oilers and the Canucks. The over is 7. I'm gonna go with the Flames money line, and then give me the Toronto on the puck on -1.5 against Montreal. Montreal didn't win a preseason game, and I think they averaged giving up like 5-6 goals a game.
Jeez. I'm gonna go Denver plus 10.5 on Thursday Night Football, and then I'm gonna run it back with Minnesota tomorrow -122. I think the Twins win the game. I think they even the series, bring it back to Houston, and then we'll have Verlander versus Pablo Lopez for the series, and Pablo's gonna pitch another fucking gem, bring it home.
Yeah, shout out Pablo Lopez. Did he sign an extension with the Twins yet?
I'm not sure.
They better not let him get away because he'll end up in LA.
Yeah, they better not. He's a damn good pitcher. I know Sonny Gray's a free agent though at the end of the year.
Oh damn.
He'll be sought after by everyone but the Yankees.
Yeah.
It's honestly hilarious, dude. If you take away his 2 years in the on the Yankees, he's actually like one of the best pitchers in baseball during that time. He just did not, for whatever reason, just did not like pitching in New York, dude.
Don't go to that trash ass stadium or that trash ass team.
Facts. Big facts.
And shout out to the Boston fan that buried the jersey at the stadium before they built it.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's crazy. That is hilarious. All right, thank you everybody for joining us. Nice, quick, short show, straight to the point. Good luck with everyone's bets tomorrow. Have a very blessed Wednesday. Make sure to download Sharp's app, SHARPZ. Track your bets, become a better bettor. We appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. Thank you once again. For Swerving Ever in Washington, I'm Jordan Stacks on Stacks on Stacks Last. We'll catch y'all later. Have a blessed Wednesday. Peace.